So there is that time in every Minecrafter's life where you just have to step back, stop what you're doing, and start organizing. And I think we've reached that point today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back everybody to the island. This here, I just want to take like a bunch of TNT and blow it to pieces. It's upsetting me how, and it's also quite interesting. It has to do with psychology, I guess. If we take a look at how I place down these chests, I wonder how did it come about that I have placed the chests this unorganizedly. Like there's no logic whatsoever to what is this, for example? Oh, and it's empty. It's empty. Yeah, we really have to get a little bit of organization done here today. So that's what we're gonna start off doing. Let's head down. I have been thinking a lot. I've been spending a lot of time thinking. I've even started to sketch up things on pen and paper, because when you design a storage room for a long-term series or a long-term world, you know, it gotta be perfect, right? Because you can't go back and change it later. And so I think I have a pretty interesting and pretty good way of doing this, and unique. I haven't seen it anyway. So let me show you what I'm thinking. We spoke in an episode not long ago about the fact of having two different mechanics for sorting items. There is the cell storage or cell sorting mechanic, where basically a comparator will compare the item, and you'll need to have one chest per item that you sort. It's a very expensive system, but it's by far the most reliant. However, it's also the biggest because you require one chest per item. Then there is the other system, which is reliant on redstone timing, and where you need to fill the chests. And it's what Tango Tech and Mumbo, and also I saw a Xuma Void video recently. Kind of what they are doing on the Hermitcraft. I think there's even a project for it on Planet Minecraft to make a sorting system like that. Now, the cool thing with that is that you can have multiple items per chest. The bad thing with it is that you need to fill all the slots in the chest, and it's very timing reliant. So any kind of hiccups, server lag, or whatever will ripple your storage system. And my original plan a few weeks ago or a week ago or so was to mix those two. So I'd have one section with the sorting system that is the rippling one, and one sorting system which is the reliant but very big and expensive one. I've since then changed my mind. Can you believe it? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna utilize only the expensive sorting system, which I hereafter will refer to as the cell storage system. We won't make that today, by the way. So if you're looking for a technical how to make a sorting system build, you probably won't find anything here today, because today is just planning out, and I don't have iron. This is the last 16 pieces of iron that I have. But I wanted to give you an idea, because I've come up with a system that I think is going to be super good. So how should I start this? The chest at the bottom here, this line and on all sides. So the bottom line will be auto sorted using a cell system. This chest here will have, let's see if we can kind of make a little bit of an input. I've sketched all of this out in creative, so we should have enough space. So we'll have a hopper there. We'll have another chest here. And this chest will receive the sorting from the hopper line. So on the back of this, we'll have the cells. So I'll have to dig out quite a bit of more space here in order to fit that. So that line will be auto sorted. The top line will be also auto sorted. So I've kind of measured it so that it's going to be very tight. It's going to be a tight fit, but it's going to work. So In total, on every line, these are 11 wide. This is 11 wide. This is 13 wide. And that was actually a mistake from the beginning, but I think it makes sense. It kind of looks cool that this, our main kind of wall here is bigger, larger. But anyway, that gives us 22 times 2, so 44 chests plus 26 chests, whatever that is, 50, 70 auto-sorted chests, okay? Which is plenty. It's still not all the Minecraft items though. So then, in addition to that, I will have these chests here, which are just single chests. They aren't going to be connected to anything. But they will be for items that you can't sort, like minecarts, potions, or items that I will never have a lot of, like, I don't know, a fence post of birch, which I can imagine that if I ever have, it's by mistake, and I'll probably have one of them, you know? So those I'll just sort manually into this line here. So that's kind of the basic idea. By doing this, we will be able to fit a lot of stuff. Then, in addition to that, so every item that we sort using this system will have the buffer of 2 large chests, plus a hopper underneath, plus a hopper on top, and a small chest there. That will be the buffer. When this fills up, the whole system will clog up. So we need to make sure that we don't fill up the last chest. Now, that's quite a bit of storage if we're talking about like glass or stuff like that, but start talking about cobblestone or smooth stone, things that we can insta-mine, and we're going to run out pretty quick. So, here's a cool idea, I think. What about, in addition to all of these chests, 70 sorting chests and all of these single chests, what about putting down a minecart system down here, where we would have one there, another one there, another one there, and one there, and then we'd have a minecart with a chest in it hanging out there, and basically we'll try and dig out a tunnel. Oh, there's a cave here, beautiful. I'm gonna need that because I want to go caving today as well, by myself though. I'm not gonna bring you, but yeah, we'll have some kind of rail system. Let's just lay this out here, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna seize the opportunity, grab some coal, make a few torch eye. Boop. And boop. And let there be light. Boom. So we'll have this minecart here, and this minecart then will be the deep storage units. And then, hidden inside the wall, somewhere back here, we'll make another sub-sorting system, which will sort things like cobble, dirt, and with the push of a button, I want to make it so that somehow the minecart will be sitting here by default, but then with a push of a button, it will go back and refill whatever this minecart would be. So for example, cobble, and then it'll come back, have a full chest of cobble, just sitting here, chilling and waiting for us. So by doing this, we're adding all of the deep storage, and we're adding quite a bit of spots. So there's 13 split in 2, 11 split in 2, 11 split in 2. All of that summed up is our deep storage, because we can't really place them next to each other, or maybe we can, but it's going to be too complicated and it's not really necessary. Then from the top, it would look something like, we'd only see like this, and then the minecart. Let's get that back, like so. Oops. Boop. And I don't know, we could use trap doors, for example, or maybe... Ooh, I wonder, can we use fences? That's a good point, or a good question, I think. Can we access the cart through a fence? We can't. Then it's got to be the same with panes. But yeah, we could just put a trap thingamajiggy here, I suppose. Right? Do something like this. And then we'll have to design it thereafter and kind of make it work. But I think that's a little bit of a unique and kind of cool way of doing things. Labeling is also going to be very important when sorting. And I've kind of not only sketched this system, but I've also sketched out the kind of contents of the chest. So if we think about this for a second, and I know it's a lot of talking here now, but bear with me. This is important. If we think about a second, I would classify the chests within maybe... Yeah, let's do this. The chests within the area that I'm marking out here are kind of our... If you understand what I mean, they are kind of our prime chests. And this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. So the chest there, these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on that side, that is kind of our main prime chest. Those are the chests that are easiest to reach. And so we need to make sure when we sort this, that this chest, for example, would be the iron chest or whatever we want to make. And then down here we'll have smooth stone and maybe dirt, which I know I use a lot of. And then on the edges we could have like diorite, you know, things that I don't really want to see. Oh yeah, I forgot to speak about the upper row. So as I said, the upper row is also sortable. And this is kind of, I'll call these tier 2 chests. So everything that is super good for us to have, like wood and stuff like that. Iron, diamonds, lapis, redstone, all of that will be in the tier 1 chest row, which is this. The tier 2 chest row will contain things like diorite, you know, that I don't want to see. Or other things. So yeah, a lot of thinking got into this. There's gonna be quite a few episodes until we can actually build this. But what I was thinking is, if I have figured out how I want to place the blocks and how I want to place the chests, then I could go ahead and move the stuff down, and we could just, you know, hook up the auto sorter whenever we have resource eye to do so. So I decided before I sort things, we may actually want to make the deep storage auto sorting system first, because I realized the main items, geez, that's loud. The main items that I want to get rid of, not get rid of, but store away, are things that's gonna go in there, like stone and dirt and all that. So maybe if I'm lucky and find enough iron and stuff, we can do that today. I thought I'd give it a few hours of wonderful caving anyway. Big ravine that I found, and there are lots of iron everywhere. While we don't do caving in this series, I wanted to take this opportunity and kind of address a comment that I received from quite many people over when we did the auto smeltery Ferni room. And I just thought about it now because I found so much coal here as I just started my caving expedition. And basically the comments were saying that, you know, it's not efficient. Hello, Endermite. Can I do this? Haha! Headshot. It's not efficient. You're wasting coal and all of that. And it's partially true. In order for the furnace to not waste any coal, you need to smelt things in batches of 81. As soon as you smelt 82 items or less than 81, you are going to lose out on coal. But guys, to be honest with you, that doesn't really matter. Life isn't about efficiency. Life is about having fun. And trust me, coal, any long-term Minecraft world, you'll have tons and tons and tons of coal. Not saying that I don't appreciate that you pointed it out, because you're right. I'm just saying that it's not the most important thing for me anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out and show you guys that I'm caving. And I think I've said before that I really much enjoy. That's something that I say often. I know it's not correct. It's something like that I really enjoy. Much. I don't know. But yeah, I do enjoy caving very much in this game. I was considering if I should just mine out underneath my base a big beacon mine, because we do have the beacon there. We could just rip apart the terrain. But I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. I may do that depending on how lucky I am on iron. In order to do this bulk sorting system, I think we're going to require maybe like 5-6 stacks of iron. So we'll see how things goes. No promises. But anyway, I continue to do this, and then I come back to you. And I would dig out this gravel, but I have a Fortune 3 shovel, so it makes flint out of it. Worthless. Alright, pretty solid 2.5 hour caving expedition. Check all that iron out. That's a lot actually. We got some iron, we got some gold. Time to smelt it up in the super smelter, which is super efficient. It's like the... No, I'm just playing. 23 diamonds, nice as well. Oh, that's so cool. Love this room. Some steak. Yeah, so that goes in. While that is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and I think we have enough iron to do the deep storage unit, or at least do one of them here. See if we can get this thing to do what I want. So for that, I'm gonna need, I've been thinking about this, I'm gonna need quite a lot of space, to be honest with you. So I think, see, I don't want to limit myself with space for this build, because it just get complicated if we try to compact it. There's no real reason. We have a lot of diorite and other junk back here that we can just dig away. So I'll dig out an area, try and measure it up, and then we'll set this up. Alright, so let's start and try and map this out. Gave myself quite a bit of space here. Don't think we're gonna need all of it, but just to be sure, I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to limit myself to space. So the first thing we'll do is we'll bring the rail cart down one, and this is just to make sure that I don't interfere with the sorting system to be. In reality, I should probably map that out first, but you know what? Let's just do this now. The first thing we're gonna make here is an unloading station. So just as we did with the whole sorting room, actually let's bring this out one more. We'll do that, a detector rail there, and then we'll bring it up, delete that, and like so. And then we'll have a piston on this block here, boop, I think, and we'll make a block come out there, so that should hold the minecart. Very good. Let's actually put this down now. So let's do this and that, and then we'll have some kind of button to launch the minecart back to the loading station. So basically what we're doing here, by the way, is trying to make a system where we load. So whenever we're out of stone, for example, it's going to go over here and it's going to be loaded from the deep storage unit, which we're going to try and fit here. And we're going to need the minecart to come over here, stay, and then once it's full, send it right back, and then sit there and wait for us to send it back, basically. So if I would do this, I could probably lock it there, right? Aha, very good. So now we need to figure out when the minecart is full, and we do that by comparing the detector rail. So if we put a comparator here, and we have something in this, you'll see that the comparator goes on. We can also, I believe, grab it through the blocks. So if we put it there, and just put something in here for now, yeah, we can get the signal. Now, we want to know when it's full, and I believe that is 14 redstone dust. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I believe that will represent when it's full. So let's just try and fill the cart. All right, it's full. And we have redstone dust. Oh, 15. Okay, so we have redstone dust all the way on the 15th redstone block. I could have sworn that was 14, but okay. Okay, I won't argue. So basically, once this turns on, so what is the threshold? If I take out a half a stack, that's gonna turn off. 48, 56. Oh, is it actually when it's completely full? Seems like it. That's good. So we want to take this signal here and unpower the piston, and we got to make sure that we can stack these, because I want to have another one there if I can, which I may not be able to do. If so, I'll have to space them out, but we want to make sure they are as narrow as possible. So I think I'm gonna go underneath here, possibly. All right, so here's how I did it. Go down here, go around the bend, and then I had to move the torch. So the torch is actually on the back side of this block. Right there. And that works perfectly. So check this out. Go in. Boop. Sitting there. And it has 32 of that. So if I load it with 32 more. Boom. Back into the position. Beautiful. The next thing we're going to want to do is hook up some hoppers. So we're going to have one hopper there. Delete that. And that's going to affect the chest or the minecart chest. Let's just double check that because I'm not entirely sure. But it should. I always load these from the sides. Oh yeah, that works. So by the time this empties now, this should be full and it should be sent back. Now from here, we'll go ahead and place chests. And this is pretty much the easy thing. Speak, tongue, wake up, god dang it. Now everything is kind of like, now it depends on how big we want this unit to be. And as I said, as long as we don't take any space, can I get up here? Thank you. As long as we don't take any space sideways, we can pretty much go up and down and we can go this way. But what I'm going to do is hoppers like this. And I don't know what's a feasible amount of double chests for one of these, but let's maybe start with this amount because that's how much I had. There's iron up there. Oh well. So basically, if this would be the chest where we input, for example, stone, it's going to make it all the way down and it's going to hang out in this hopper. And the buffer at this time is going to be 5 double chests and 1, 2, 3, 4 hoppers. All right, so got a little bit more space. Now let's try and make one of these item cells that I've been talking about. We're going to have a hopper like that and another hopper like that facing this way. The other one is facing the chest. Oops. And then we'll have a comparator sitting there. And let's see, do we have enough space? Yeah, I think we do. Block there, redstone torch there. That's going to lock this hopper. So this one won't be able to send anything down. Good. And then we need to make a redstone circuit. And we're going to have a lot of these. So one of these cells is going to be required per every chest that we have for sorting. But yeah. Like that, that's your regular item cell. So basically what we do is we take a filter, and I'm going to use andesite for this for now. And it's going to be, what is it, 18 there. And then say we want to filter stone here. We do this. And now if I put another stone in, that's going to be allowed through, go all the way down. Beautiful. And the reason it's allowed through is because the torch will be turned off. Because this comparator reaches this signal, which powers the repeater and then the torch eye. Beautiful. So that's an item cell. Going to build a lot of those. Now, our item band, and this is actually pretty important. My dog is just whining. Don't mind her. This is pretty important. I didn't really think about this before I started. I should have started to build a deep storage unit over there where you see the hopper and the chest and that. Because the first things we want to filter out is everything going into the deep storage units. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to do it anyway, because otherwise, like most of the items that we'll be putting into the storage system will be cobblestone and stone and that kind of stuff, right? So makes sense that we take that off away first. But anyway, say that this would be our input. What we should be able to do now is send stone here. And if I also put in some, let's take some of that out. Let's put in some brick. The brick should make it over here. And all the stone should make it down to the chest. So let's just check. Yep, brick is coming over there. The stone is being sent down. And it's probably, yeah. At the moment it's going to buffer up there. And then say we are working here and we need to refill the chest. We send it away. And it's going to hang out there until it's full. Which presents another problem actually. What happens if we run out of stone? Then the minecart is going to get stuck here. That's probably something we want to take care of. We're going to need something that can trigger it. Even if, so let's see how I want to do this. Even if this is empty. Because at the moment, what will happen is this will fill up with whatever stone is in there, and then it will just be hanging out. So we're going to need something called an OR gate here. If we put a comparator onto this hopper, that will compare if there's anything in it. So let's do this. Whenever there's nothing in it, we're going to benefit from that. Whenever there's nothing in it, this torch will be on, sorry. And so what we can do, hadn't really planned for this, so bear with me. We want to bring, actually, let's put this here. Boop. We want to bring that signal down. This should be really easy. I say that now, but I'm going to regret it. Whenever this torch is on, we want to make sure that that overrides this signal here, right? So we could do that and just a repeater. All right, I think, hopefully, that I got it to work. But we'll have to try it out. This may actually be not working. First of all, let's try with the chest entirely full. It should just bounce back. Yep, because it's full. And let's just make sure that if it's not full, that it stays. Beautiful. And once it fills up again, let's help it a little bit. Let's help it a little bit. There we go. It should go back. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so now for the big test. Whenever we run out of items. So let's just take away some of this. We'll imagine that we're completely empty. We send back the thing. And it just bounces back because we're out. Beautiful. The way I did this, I had to put this comparator. Had to put the comparator here instead of here. Because otherwise the piston got side power diagonally thingy-majiggy like pistons do weirdly. So the comparator is here. This is checking whether or not we have something buffered. If we do, it's going into this repeater, which powers this torch, which then powers this dust into this repeater. This repeater is actually important. I'm turning around the signal here, so it goes into this block, then into this dust, and all the way down, and then it powers the powers the torch, which locks the piston. So that's if something is in it. If we're out, it's just gonna sit like that. And since the signal is already on, this comparator won't really do anything if we're out. So that's pretty cool. I really like it. The footprint of this thing is stackable, I'd say. Like, it's this middle line, and then there are these two lines. So the next one then, I'd say would actually have to move this. I'm not even going to bother trying to compact it because, yeah, I'm not a big fan of... I am a big fan of compacting things, but it doesn't really matter, right? Alright, now this video is getting ridiculously long, but I just had to do this, okay? So what I did was that I wanted to see what happened if we tried and stacked these. And also how many we could fit. So I started digging out an area, and I then installed 4 more. And this all works. They are pretty close together. So I'm going 1, and then 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. So I'll be able to fit 4 on the short sides, and I'll probably just fit 4 on the long side as well. But that will give us 12 slots for deep storage. And we can actually go ahead and try this out. So let's grab that maybe. Basically, what I also did, so I have the things here. We have diorite, granite, shivers, andesite, and stone. So those are sortable right now. I installed, if we come back here, you'll see that I raised it up, by the way, with 2 more double chests. That's just to be able to fit the item belt height, which is going to be right here. This is the item belt. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use hoppers in the final design. We may want to use ice streams. That's much cheaper, but we'd have a clicking noise when the items get shot into it. It's the only problem. But yeah. So I raised it up 2, and that's just to fit this, but that means that we have 2 more double chests of buffer, which is pretty cool. In the future, we will make an override system here. So we'll do something like compare this hopper whenever that gets full, or compare the chest even whenever that gets full. We'll start dumping out the items and just destroying them. Because there's no point in having thousands and thousands of cobblestone if we're never going to use it. Anyway, let's go over here and we're going to drop in granite, diorite, stone, andesite, and I'll throw in some cobblestone as well. The cobblestone is currently not sortable, so that should end up here. This is the overflow chest. Take that out. The other things should be sorted, and it should make its way all the way down. You'll also see that I actually went ahead and installed one of the cells for the tier 2 chest, so the top row here. And I also installed a cell for the tier 1 chest, just to make sure that we could fit everything. And as you can see, it does fit. It's going to be a tight fit, but it does fit. So this here would be the first tier item belt, these hoppers. And this here, the top hopper there, is going to be the item belt, so it will run like this. To cover the tier 2 chests. So very happy about that. Very, very happy indeed. I'm actually surprised that I managed to fit everything. It's not super uncompacted, if you know what I mean. Yeah, over here as well, wanted to show you. I've kind of mapped out the things that I want in deep storage units. Currently, I just have 8 blocks. We have stone, diorite, andesite, cobble, dirt, sand, granite, and clay. So that leaves us some space for additional deep storage things. Anyway, let's go down and try this out, shall we? So we have 50 diorite, 24 granite, 35 andesite. This is so cool, don't you think? They'll go back, they'll fill up, and once the buffer is empty, so andesite we didn't have a lot of, it's going to be sent back. So remember what we did. Either when the minecart is full or when the buffer runs out, we're going to have the minecart back. So granite came back. Stone is probably filling still. There goes the diorite. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Oops, that was a terrible throw. Let's see. Diorite is back. Yep. Oh, this is awesome. Yep. Just love this so much. Anyway, this episode is long enough already. So I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Next time, we'll try and work out a design and focus a little bit on building here. Until then, I will start sorting everything manually. See if we can get all the stuff down here. Because that would be very nice. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. For goodness sake, don't miss a video. Leave me some feedback and suggestions down below, as always, and I see you in the next episode.